What is going on, guys? I'm Crazy Pickle and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're gonna talk about the Lightbinder class. In the previous video we talked about the Alchemist, so today is the Lightbinder. So what I probably didn't mention in the first video, that I'm gonna just go simply from the top of the list way to the bottom. So we're gonna do the supports first, then we're gonna go moving on to the tanks, and then we're gonna finish up with all the DPS classes. So just keep that in mind. I will definitely get to every one of the classes and you will see it. Just be patient, okay? So all right, guys, let's get started. And we're gonna start with the first ability, which is the Pulsating Flare. It's your basic attack. Deals X amount of damage to the enemy or increases the damage of the next attack of an ally. If the ally does not attack, the effect ends in 10 seconds. Pulsating Flare used against an enemy has a 10% chance to restore companion's attack. When used on a friendly target, it restores 10 points of light energy, has an 8% chance to apply the Triumph of Light. Effect of the Lightbinder for 20 seconds. Triumph of Light makes the next particle of light or burning stream free and increases their damage by 200%. Alright, moving on to the next ability, which is the Particle of Light or Flood of Light. So this ability has two stages. First stage is a Particle of Light. In a 10-yard radius of the target, all enemies take X amount of damage and all allies have negative effects removed from them. Negative effects are also removed from the Lightbinder regardless of their position. And so that ability you're using just by tapping the right click on your mouse. Next stage, when you hold down your right click, Flood of Light applies Chain Blessing to the selected ally, which spreads to 3 more allies, increasing their might by 40% of the Lightbinder's might for 10 seconds. DPS classes takes priority. If the first target is not an optimal choice, Flood of Light will not boost them, instead leaping to priority targets. At the end of the effect, these allies get awareness for 8 seconds, which prevents them from receiving stat boosting effects of active abilities of support classes. Abilities of support classes that transfers might do not stack with each other. So that's what I was talking about in the Alchemist video as well, with the stimulant injection. So those abilities are not stacking and they not gonna be applying to the allies if you have the awareness effect. But there is a actually option how you can remove the awareness effect at all with just one of the artifacts, which probably going to be a completely separate video for that. Anyway, we're going to moving on to the next ability, which is the Spark of Anger. Deals X amount of damage to the enemy, inflicts twice as much damage on targets with less than 50% health, activates companion attack, which will deal 2 times more damage. Unstable Shield protects the target with a shield that absorbs damage equal to 12.5% of the Lightbinder's health. The amount of damage absorbed is increased 2 times if the target is an ally and not the Lightbinder. Duration of the effect or the shield is 8 seconds. When the effect runs out or an enemy destroyed, it will explode and inflicts X amount of damage to nearby enemies. The more enemies are around the target, the less damage it will do. Moving on, next one is the Blessing of the Sun. Class abilities of the character and their allies in 20-yard radius deals 35% more damage. The effect lasts 10 seconds. Once the ability is used, no one in your group can use it for 40 seconds. Next one, Rise and Shine. Resurrects the selected target. Once the ability is used, no one in your group can use it for 10 minutes. That's a really big cooldown. I think when we reach to the end of this video, I'm probably definitely going to talk about that one. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Sacred Barrier. It's basically a little bit better than the Alchemist Terminal, but it's basically the same thing, at least how it works. Creates a shield around the Lightbinder and every ally in 20-yard radius in front of the Lightbinder. So keep in mind, it's in front of it. So your team that you want to protect has to stand in front of you. So your character has to face the people you want to protect. It absorbs incoming damage for 7 seconds. It's 3 seconds more than Alchemist Terminal, and removes all negative effects. Once the ability is used, no one in your group can use it for 120 seconds, which is, 2 minutes. Moving on to the ultimate ability, which is the Incarnation of Light. Wraps the Lightbinder in aura that changes their abilities. Allies in the area of the effect deals 50% more damage with class abilities, while taking 35% less damage. If an ally dies in the aura's area of the effect, they are resurrected and have some of their health restored. When that happens, the aura is deactivated. Once the aura is deactivated, the allies that have been affected by the bonus will be immune to it for 465 seconds, which is what, 7 minutes, something like that, or 8 minutes. So basically you get in the debuff that prevents you to get that buff again, and that's kind of a bad part, that if anybody who's standing in that aura will die, it will deactivate your bonus, so you're gonna lose it. That's kind of a bad part. Anyway, moving on to the next ability, which is the Merciful Blow, which is the finishing strike. Like I said, every class has their own finishing strikes with their specific effects, I would say. Inflicts fatal damage, available when the target has a small amount of health left. Grants the Lightbinder the Triumph of Light effect for 20 seconds. Triumph of Light makes the next particle of light or burning stream free and increases their damage by 200%. Lightbinder has the same one of the passive as an alchemist, which is the Power of Light. In 12-yard radius, increasing your damage by 20%. So allies who stands in that circle, if you saw that previous screenshot on alchemist video, that's how it looks like. If you're in that circle, you get that 20% boost. Moving on. Spirit of Light. When a Lightbinder dies, they turn into the Spirit of Light with 40% health and can continue to fight. If the spirit survives 15 seconds, the Lightbinder is resurrected. The effect can be activated no more than once every 8 minutes. This Spirit of Light is different from the usual incarnation of light. It does not save the Lightbinder from death and does not provide bonuses to other group members. The Allurium 9 talent, which is the Lunar Talisman, can save an ally life once in 4 minutes when they are within the Lightbinder's aura, applying a shield with 50% of the Lightbinder's health to them. This special talent works both in PvE and PvP. And now the PvP part. So the only thing it changes is the Burning Stream, then it changes the Blessing of Tenacity, and I believe one of the talents, which is the Energy Conservation. So the Burning Stream inflicts X amount of damage over 5 seconds to all enemies along the beam's line. So if they are on that path of that stream, they will get the damage. Makes sense. Blessing of Tenacity removes all negative removable effects and control effects from the Lightbinder and their allies in a 20-yard radius. Makes them immune to negative effects for 4 seconds. The allies also gain a shield that reduces incoming damage. When activated, the shield absorbs 70% of damage. The efficiency is gradually reduced to 25%. The ability cannot be used if the Lightbinder is affected by control effects that prevent them from using abilities. Energy Conservation. Particle of Light restores the light energy spent on it and provides an extra companion's attack. The effect is activated no more than once every 7 seconds. Alright, let's talk about the gear right now, weapons, artifacts, and all that. So again, same thing with the Lightbinder. As an alchemist, you have the damage bonus, support aura power, as well as the shield durability. So if you cannot have or get a hands on the special weapons or pay-to-win weapons, whatever you want to call it, then you're gonna go run as a Lightbinder, support aura power for supporting people. If you're trying to do solo stuff as a Lightbinder, then of course the damage bonus. If you can grab a special weapons, right now the married, I don't know what the hell, Hidden Rage. Let's go to the Hidden Rage. Demon weapon for Lightbinder is the best weapon at the moment. There is a bunch of other weapons like the Fighter Knight one, which was okay at that time when it came out, before the Demon one. This is actually good to use to decrease the cooldown on your ultimate outside of the combat, but basically the Demon weapon is the best at the moment just because of the Quasar ability, which is V for me. It's hits the target and it explodes like that, and whoever's inside of that circle will get the debuff, and it will apply what, and you will deal damage, more damage to the target, which is let's see what, becoming 4% more vulnerable to incoming damage every second. The effect stacks up to 5 times, so 5 by 4, it's 20%. So extra 20% damage right there. So if you cannot have that one, when support people, support Aura Power. If you can, the Demon Weapon is the best. Since I didn't say anything about the Jewelry and Gems of Power on my Alchemist video, I'm gonna do it right now. The first thing, this is basically the set I am running on my Lightbinder, Alchemist, and a Soundwaver for the full defense, just to survive as long as I can. Basically, that's all I have right here. I'm just gonna go slowly like this, and if you wanted to pause the video and maybe make a screenshot or something, you definitely can do it, not a problem with that. But this is what I'm running, and it works very well for me. I can survive for a pretty long time. You know, it also depends on how the best job Tank's doing his job. So, but yeah, that's basically all for the gear, and let's move on to the last part where we're gonna talk about the good and maybe if we can find the bad stuff. I'm pretty sure we can find the bad stuff. Okay, we're gonna start with the bad part right now. So what I don't like personally, and maybe some other people would agree with me. The first thing, we're gonna start with the unstable shield. It's not a huge deal because of the 15 seconds cooldown, but the damage, how much damage it absorbs, it's 12.5, and of course it multiplies by 2 if it's an ally but not a Lightbinder. It's gonna be up to 25%. So it's still okay, but I think in that case it would be a little bit better to increase, maybe if it's 2 times, maybe up to 35%. And in that case, if you really wanted to, you can probably increase the cooldown from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. And I think in that case, it would be a little bit better. Maybe it probably would be the same. I'm not sure. You could probably stick with 15 seconds cooldown, but increase the percentage of how much damage it absorbs, because it absorbs, again, the more health Lightbinder has, the more damage it will absorb. So because it goes by percentage. So that's kind of a first part about the unstable shield. Another part that I don't like is the Rise and Shine cooldown. It's a 10 minutes cooldown. In reality, right now, if your team, the entire team, has the that upgrade for the self-res, that it's not shares with the entire team, and if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I guess you can ask that question in the comment section down below and I will respond there. But right now we're just going to talk about the Rise and Shine. The reason why I don't like it's 10 minutes cooldown, but it's just simply, it's ridiculous. It's the only ability, like before we had the self-res and stuff like that, was the one ability that you can resurrect. In that case, if you're making 10 minutes cooldown, I would say make that ability to resurrect not the one person maybe, but I don't know, up to 3 people at least, if they are, let's say, in the specific range of the Lightbinder. So if they're gonna be way too far away, then of course you can resurrect only people very close to you. That would be probably only one option to go. Or if it's only one person that you can resurrect, decrease that significantly. I'd probably say like maybe like 2 minutes cooldown, or maybe like 3 minutes should be fine, because 10 minutes is ridiculous. In reality, this ability, like I said, if the team has the self-res not shared with the team, you basically never use that Rise and Shine ability whatsoever. It rarely happens when you have to use this just because somebody maybe died once, they resurrected themselves, and then maybe just died again, and you need that person, and Lightbinder that can use that ability. But after that, it's 10 minutes cooldown. You basically, like, it's even more than the entire run sometimes. But again, yes, if they can decrease that up to maybe 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, then that would be really big improvement. Or you can still keep the 10 minutes, but resurrect multiple people, maybe 2, 3, I don't know, 4 people just with one ability. That would be really huge and really valuable to use it in really maybe crazy situations when you need to res multiple people or something like that. Would be really good. Another part that I don't like is the lunar talisman. So again, can save an ally's life once in 4 minutes when they're within the Lightbinder's aura. Basically that big gold circle around you. If somebody's inside and they got fatal hit, it will save the ally and put a shield on it. Shield with a 50% of the Lightbinder's health to them. So, one thing I don't like, why only one person? That's a big question. Why only one? You have a lot of people around you. Why not just make, I don't know, 4, 5 people or something like that? Improve that. Basically, it's still like saving a one person. It's only gonna waste it on some people who basically either, maybe new to something, they may be learning and they just got hit by a really big hit from the bus and they just basically die. And so it's took that lunar talisman from me that I could have probably saved another person or something like that. Make it that it will save multiple people. I know it's going to be probably, a little bit confusing because if one person will get hit, it will trigger that lunar talisman and it will only work for the one person. So then you have to wait 4 minutes, and if people just keep dying then or get hit big hits on them, then you're not going to have the lunar talisman at that point. Maybe also decrease the cooldown on it. Instead of 4 minutes, maybe 2 minutes or something like that would be really, really nice. And yes, I think that's basically all. I don't think there is any bad parts. But in general, moving on to the good parts, everything is really, really good. Except for what I just said for the bad parts, everything else is really good about Lightbinder. It's always a valuable class, always needed. Of course, the raids, all the support needed in all of the raids. Because it's a 10-man people, so you need all the supports, 1 tank and whatever DPS, and maybe 2 tanks, whatever. But Lightbinder is really versatile that you can use it basically anywhere. You're running squad with somebody, you can use Lightbinder, 1 person or 2 other people playing DPSs. You can run a group mission, play Lightbinder, somebody else play tank, and then some other people playing DPS. Boom, here we go. You basically can use Lightbinder anywhere to support people, and I think it's a little bit better on some occasions compared to Alchemist and Soundweaver. But again, next video for the class will be the Soundweaver, so we're definitely gonna talk about that class I'll try to talk about it as specific as possible. But yeah, overall, I would give like 8 out of 10 to the Lightbinder, on my opinion. So you can share your opinions about this class and maybe even different strategies, maybe setups you're running on a Lightbinder in different occasions. That would be really, really nice. People can learn from people who plays the game a long time and maybe test a lot of different things. I would definitely appreciate that. And yes, basically that's all for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and activate that notification that you're not gonna miss new video I post. You can follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server, all the links you can find in the description. And until the next time, take care.